Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the world of yoga and enchantress. This yoga flow is going to be all about going with the flow. It's going to be about allowing yourself to slow down, to breathe, to explore your breath, to explore the connection with your breath and your body, and how you can lean more into finding the interconnectedness within yourself and maybe within your environment to help you feel more grounded, to help you feel more centered, and to help you feel and be rooted in a place of deep love. So I invite you to find something comfortable to put on, let your hair down, find a space for you to relax, put on some of your favorite music in the background, and be ready to connect with your breath and be ready to connect with each and every last one of your movements deeply and fully and not being in a rush, right? So let's get flowing. I want you to start in a comfortable seated position, an easy pose or cross-legged, whatever feels good for you. Place your palms face down on your thighs. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and come into deep relation and observance of your breath. Filling up and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. This is your invitation. If you have your own oils or scents that stimulate your senses, go ahead and put a little bit on your palm and rub your palms together as you bring your hands to your face and keep breathing consciously as you stimulate your senses with the scent of your choice. Keep breathing and exhaling. Feeling deeply connected and rooted into the earth. Feel Mother Earth pulling you in closely. And as you feel yourself growing with your roots deepening, feel yourself connecting with the divine and growing throughout your spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Experience this lightness that happens within your breath, within your body. Keep breathing. Sweep the palms up overhead. First, drag your hands along your thighs and then reach your arms up overhead. Keep your eyes closed for now and just listen to my voice. Allow the palms to touch softly and bring them down through the center line. Keep going with this, inhaling, sweeping the arms up overhead. Palms touching and bringing the hands down to the heart center through the center line of your energy. One more round, inhaling. And exhaling. Rest here at your heart center, softening the shoulders. Allowing the thumbs to touch your heart space. I want you to say aloud as you deeply inhale, I allow myself to flow. Inhale, I allow myself to flow. As you solidify that, allow the palms to face up and drop lovingly and gently on your thighs. And take a moment here. From here, put a gentle smile on your face and open your eyes. First, we're going to start with some head rolls, dropping your head over to the right side and bringing it all the way around and over to the left. Making these really exploratory movements to open up space in our necks and the shoulder. And just breathing into this space. One more time around. And once you get around to the front, let your head hang heavy here. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Let your head be even heavier. Allow gravity to pull your head towards the earth. Inhaling here. And exhaling with the mouth open. Head hangs heavier. Inhale one more time. And exhale. This time going over to the left side and going around. Allowing your breath to guide the movements. Exploring what is happening within your body. Maybe what are you holding on to? What are you trying to keep and hold control of, or maintain control of? One more time around, and see if you can breathe and let go. This time allow the head to hang heavy back, exposing your throat chakra. Breathing here. One more time. And bring it over to the right so that you can lift it up and come back to center. Taking your hands behind you, fingers facing away, putting your weight into the palms, placing your feet into the floor, knee going towards the sky. Dropping your head back, lifting up your toes, placing your weight into the heels here. It's an act of surrender and to let go. Breathe. Resting your feet onto the mat, bringing your head back up. Dropping your knees over to the right side, staying first connected onto the floor with your palms. Flexing the toes here. Seeing how it feels to just hang out in this twist. When I said going with the flow, I didn't really mean that we were going to be going fast, or that we would be flowing in a way that was building or generating energy quickly. When you go with the flow, you are just allowing things to come. But the most important thing to do or to feel when you're going with the flow is to feel grounded and to feel centered. Inhaling, coming back into the center and going straight over to the left side, arching the spine, shifting your weight, and just allowing the weight to also distribute into the left palm so that you're not bearing all of the weight into the right. Breathing here, getting a stretch. Flexing the feet. Inhaling and coming back to the center and dropping your knees over to the right side, this time taking your left arm up overhead, pointing the toes and extending your arm exactly where it falls and crawling forward, resting your forearms on the floor and dropping your forehead down and breathing, staying connected to your breath here. Walking your hands back in, closer to your body. Taking your left foot and swinging it around to rest on the outer edge of your right thigh. We're coming into a seated twist here. Grasp your knee, the bottom edge of your knee or around your shin. Lengthen through the spine, draw your shoulders back and down. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest and drop your forehead onto the knee. Breathe here. Keep drawing your knee into the chest. Feel a nice stretch on the outer edge of your glutes. Breathe. Take a deep inhale and come up. Keeping your left knee drawn into your chest, sweep the right arm up and around and caress the outer edge of your thigh. And sweep the left arm up overhead, back and around. Inhaling, growing the spine, rooting into the earth, and exhaling, twisting, breathing, going as deeply as it feels good for you. Keep breathing, keep connecting, growing, grounding, centering, breathe. Sweep the left arm up. Keep this energy here. The left arm is long and straight. Flip your palm up towards the sky, thumb going towards the back of you, and see if you can open up even further. Inhale, coming back and around. Shifting your right palm into the mat beside you, sweeping the left arm, leg back and around, and coming back to our starting point. Breathe here. Drop the head back, lift the heels. The toes, weight into the heels. Inhale here. And breathe. Dropping the feet onto the floor, lifting your head. Dropping your left knee over to the dropping both knees over to the left side. Pointing the toes. Planting your weight into the left palm as you sweep the right arm up and around. And go for a full twist and allow your palm to rest exactly where it falls, and then crawl forward. Forearm is on the mat, on the floor, and drop your head down so that you can rest here and breathe. Walking your palms back in. Shift your weight into your left palm. Swing your right leg around to rest on the outer edge of your left thigh. Draw your right seat bone down. Interlace your finger around your right shin. Draw your knee into the chest. Draw your shoulders back and down. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Rest your forehead on the knee. And breathe here. Staying for a few breaths. Experiencing some relief here, some surrender, some connection. Inhaling, bringing the head up. Keep that right knee drawing into the chest. Sweep your left arm up and around to caress the outer edge of your right thigh. Take the right hand behind you. Take an inhale as you grow. And exhale. Twist. Deepen. Breathe. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Are you feeling grounded? Are you feeling like you can go with the flow? Are you feeling like life is worth adventure? Life is worth curiosity. Life is worth mystery. But it's definitely not worth chaos, fear. It's worth staying grounded in uncertain times. Stay with your breath here. Take the inhale as you lengthen and straighten your arm. Flip the palms up towards the heavens. Thumbs go behind you. Breathe and twist a little further if it feels good. Draw the arm up and around. Take your hands and your feet back into our starting point. Drop your head back, lift the toes, wait until the heels. Breathe here. Drop them down. Drop your knees over to the right side. Immediately swing the leg around. From here, taking the arms up overhead and behind you so that you can press your weight into the palms to stand up. Feet are about the width of the mat. Bend the knees, keep the back nice and straight. Activate your fingers, pressing the fingertips into the mat, palms away from the floor. Lengthen, straighten your arms, grow your crown through the front of you and breathe here. Filling up in the belly, exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, drop the head, straighten the legs, grow here, go for a flat back. Pressing the left palm into the floor, or you can take a block if it feels good for you to raise the floor up. Bend the left knee, weight is into more of the left foot. Inhale, sweep the right arm up overhead. If you want, you can press the palm into the floor. If it feels good for you, breathe here. Shift back into the heels. Shift forward into the palms, keeping your toes gripping into the mat, back and forth. Press your palm into the sacrum and breathe here. Keep the shoulders open. Activate and engage your fingers as you send them energetically towards the heaven. Glance down at your left palm, straighten your left leg, coming and sweeping around, placing the right palm into the mat or keeping the fingers activated as you bend the right knee and shift your weight into the right foot. Sweep the left arm up and overhead. Breathe here. Again, if you want to, press the palm into the floor and keep growing and activating as you shift your weight into the heels and into the palms and toes. Stay here and explore the breath, explore the movement. Resting the palm on the sacrum and keep twisting and opening the shoulder. Breathe. Sweeping the arms up overhead, fingertips reaching towards the heavens, straightening the leg as you're coming back or down and around. Both fingertips are pressing into the mat, lifting the right heel, dropping it down, lifting the left heel, dropping it down. See if you can continue to pulse with this, growing fully with your body. Bending both knees, straightening, coming all the way up, palms to touch, glance at your thumbs, bring the hands to heart center, heels in, toes out, exhale down for yogi squat as I pull up my top. Rest your triceps on the inside of your knee, press your palms together, close your eyes here. If your heels are up, feel free to place a block or blanket or cushion to rest your heels on. Breathe. Press the palms into the mat, shift your weight onto the palms, come to standing or go into crow if it feels good for you. So coming into standing, you can stay here or you can shift your weight, bend your knees, press your palms into the mat and come into crow pose here. That's up to you. And then exhale. Come back, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, drop all the way down. Press your right knee into the mat as you come back into that twisted pose we were in initially. And swing back around. Everything is connected. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Everything is interconnected. Nothing is separate. None of us. Nothing that we do, our breath is not disconnected. Our movements aren't disconnected. We are not disconnected. We are interconnected. We need each other. We need our breath. We need these moments. Dropping your knees over to the left side, immediately swinging your right leg around and placing your weight into the palms, and then shift behind you as you come to standing on the other side. Feet about mat width apart. Activating the fingertips. Breathing here, softening the knees, lengthening through the spine, crown going towards the very front of you. Deep breaths, inhaling. Filling up in the belly, making sure you have space for your body. And exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, straightening the legs, straightening the spine, taking this time the right palm into the mat, bending the right knee, sweeping the left arm up overhead, looking up towards the heaven, keeping the fingers activated here. This time, taking the sacrum down onto the small of your back, bending both knees and going for this twisted squat. So when you bend the knees, right, you bend both knees, dropping your hips down, allow your right knee to rest on your elbow or beside your elbow or pressing into it. As you look up and look back further, breathe. Activating that arm that we did earlier, while we lengthen the arm behind you, activating the fingertips, dropping the hand, and energetically feeling like you want it to go towards the earth. Go for a deeper twist. Then exhale, swing it all the way back and around. Come to standing. Fingertips are activated here. Shifting the weight into the heels, shifting the weight into the toes, and just keep breathing here. Planting the left palm into the mat, bending the left knee, weight into the left knee, stretching the straight leg, so this, in this case your right leg, as you sweep the right arm up, overhead. Keep breathing. Taking the right palm and resting it on the sacrum as you bend both knees, twisting. Again, taking the left knee or the left inner edge of the knee and pressing it into your left elbow as you twist around deeper, drawing your shoulder, your right shoulder back and around. Breathe. If it's too much to keep looking up, feel free to look down, but keep that energy of opening the body. Breathe. Again, lengthening or straightening the right arm. The palm is facing towards the sky, but feel like you're drawing your arm towards the earth. Again, breathe, stay connected. And inhaling, coming back and around, coming to standing here. Putting your weight into the fingertips, coming up and lifting your heels. As you exhale, arching the spine, drawing your heels into the earth. Inhale, come all the way up into this airplane shape here. Arms are about shoulder length. What am I saying? Arms are wide. And pretend that you're an airplane. And draw the arms out forward in front of you as you shift your weight into the heels and draw them back out. Exhale all the way down. Pressing your palms into the mat. Coming into crow pose again if you want, or deciding just to go into squat again. Your choice on this time, or you can do both. You can come into squat as I fix my bra. Or you can press your palms in, you can press your palms into the mat and come into crow pose. That's up to you. Wherever you are, jump back down, coming into our wide leg or hip width apart, mat width apart, forward fold. And then from here, start to crawl forward so that you can come into this widened version of downward facing dog. Drawing your heels towards the mat. It doesn't have to connect, but we just want to keep the energy happening here in the body. Exhaling, coming into a plank pose, shifting your weight onto the left side, either going straight into side plank, right? Or making sure that the right foot is in connection to the mat to help alleviate any unneeded stress or unneeded weight in your left wrist and left side. Just breathe here if you like. And then everyone, if you're in side plank, go ahead and drop that right foot around and we'll all meet here. As we exhale, lower down onto the mat. Extend the left foot, extend onto your left side. For some reason, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, we're gonna keep going with the flow. And lay all the way down, drive your right knee onto the mat and rest here. Coming back up, pressing your left palm into the floor, extending the left leg, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot and into your palm. Lift the hips, coming back to where we were. From here, take your right palm and press it onto the mat and come back into that widened version of downward facing dog. Breathe. And exhale, coming into plank and shifting your weight over to the right side now. Taking your variation first, starting in side plank if it feels good, or immediately going to be assisted by propping your right foot down into the center. Breathe. No matter where you are, we're gonna come and meet each other here in this pose. And then exhale, drop the right hip down, lower all the way down, extend the right arm as you lower onto the mat and drop your left knee onto the floor and rest here. Inhaling, coming up. Pressing your right palm into the mat, drawing the right leg and down. Pressing your weight into the outer edge of your right foot, lifting the hips, pressing into the foot, placing the left palm onto the mat and coming back to that widened stance of downward facing dog. Breathe here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, glance in between your palms, stay here. Draw your weight forward, drop the hips. come down into the widened version of upward facing dog. If you want to keep your toes tucked, you can, and sway here, or drop the tops of the foot into the mat and sway. From here, draw the knees down, arch the spine, lift the hips, toes touch, child's pose, breathe. Coming up by pressing your palms into the mat, curling the spine, keeping the chin to the chest, and coming into cat pose here. Dropping the belly, opening up the shoulders, dropping them down and bringing them around, broadening throughout the collarbone. Look up into the third eye, breathe. Flow with this. Stay here, spine curled, exhaling, arching the spine, drawing the arms down, and coming into puppy pose or melting heart, breathe. If this doesn't feel too deep for you, with your chin into the mat, you can drop your forehead into the mat. That's up to you. You can tuck your toes if it feels good. That's up to you. Breathe. Inhaling, pressing your palms into the mat, then drawing up away from the earth, walking your palms back in. Toes to touch, knees get nice and wide here. If you want to cushion your knees, you can. Placing your palms on the thigh and start coming back to these circles that we started with, but this time make the movements a little bit more expansive. Inviting your shoulders, your spine, your hips into these movements and making it bigger as you keep going. Come down and stay here, sway a little bit, breathe, and then draw it all the way around to the other side. Keep going, keep breathing. Lost in the dizzying array of events that are happening so that you can find yourself in the center. Keep breathing. Stay here in the back, breathe, sway a little bit if it feels good. And exhale, melt down. Child's pose. Pressing the palms into the mat, curling up, finding your way onto tabletop, tucking the toes under, taking a deep inhale, exhaling, drawing the hips up, coming to downward facing dog, breathe here. Right leg goes up towards the sky. Draw your knee towards the front, allow it to hit the mat. We're coming to pigeon pose. Hang out here. Shift your weight onto the right seat bone so that you can come back into the front and really find comfort here. If your right seat bone is away from the mat, put a blocker, cushion underneath you or a blanket. Release your back foot. Inhale, pressing away from the earth, drawing your energy up. And then exhaling, melting forward. Hang out here. Inhaling, coming up, walking the palms back. Pressing your palms into the mat, tuck the toes under. Prepare yourself for three-legged dog, pressing away from the mat by pressing your palms into the mat. And then drawing your right leg all the way up. And then exhaling, coming to downward facing dog. Breathe. leg goes up. On an inhale, stay here. Then draw your knee forward to the front of the mat to rest so that you can come into pigeon pose on the other side. Coming and putting your weight onto the left side so that you can straighten the right leg. Come back to center, readjust so that you can draw your hips into alignment, which alignment that is intuitive to you. Breathe into that inquiry. Pressing the palms into the mat, lifting away, and then exhaling, surrendering, and folding forward. And breathe, relax, connect, melt. Coming up, pressing the palms into the mat, tucking the toes under, getting ready for three-legged dog. Stay here. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Walking your palms to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Bending the knees for ragdoll. Grabbing your elbows, swaying side to side. Head is hanging heavy, going towards the earth. Breathe. Releasing the palms. Dropping the knees, bending the knees, dropping the hips, preparing yourself for chair pose. Sweep the arms behind you, come up. Exhale, melt. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Draw the arms back. Come up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees. Draw the arms back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, sink. Inhale, come up. Exhale, forward fold. You're staying here. Crawling forward into downward facing dog. Dropping the knees, coming to tabletop. Arching the spine, walking the hands in so the wrists and shoulders are in alignment. Coming back to neutral spine. Extending your right leg behind you. Shifting your weight, so sliding back so that you can drop your left seat bone into your left heel. Breathe here, get a nice stretch with your toes. Draw forward. Extend the left leg back and drop your weight down and hang out here. Excuse me, this toe isn't tucked. If it is too much, you can untuck the toe. It's okay. From here, drawing your leg back and coming into tabletop. Tucking the toes, lifting the knees off the floor. From here, lifting your left arm, shifting your weight into the right, coming to sit down, place your left palm behind you, swing your right leg down around, and come back to our starting point. How do you feel? Feeling relaxed? Feeling like going with the flow? Feeling like being open? I hope so. Go ahead and come back onto the long edge of the mat if you're not there, and lay down. I need to move my mic. Drawing your knees close to your seat bones and having them a little bit wider than hip width apart. Splaying your arms into this T shape. Dropping the knees onto the right side. Staying here, glancing over your left shoulder and closing your eyes. Hang out and breathe. Coming back to center and dropping your knees over to the left side and glancing over your right shoulder and breathe. Coming back to the center, pressing the palms into the mat, lengthening the back of your neck to try to get the connection into the mat, even if it's just energetically. Press your feet into the mat, palms into the mat. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, lift your hips and come into bridge pose and breathe here. Exhaling, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Doing it once again. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Lifting, lifting, lifting as I fix my top for the third time. And exhale, lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. We go one more round. Inhaling. Exhale, lift. Keep breathing. And exhale, come all the way down. Draw your knees into the chest. Massage your spine. Hug yourself. And exhale. Come and lay down into Shavasana. You've done it. You've done it. Time to relax. Time to rejoice. Time to let go. Stay here for as long as you need. For as long as feels good for you. Remember, it's okay to just go with the flow. You don't have to have everything planned. You don't have to be in control of everything. What you can do is stay rooted and centered in love, in peace and calm. Remain grounded. Come back to the safety of your breath, the safety of your body. I send you love, light, and liberation.